it's the parents that come up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, Chelsea, come here. You know who that is? Oh, it's Kung Fu Panda." "Nuh-uh. That's not Kung Fu Panda. That's a man. He's the voice." "No."
Of course they don't believe I'm the panda.
I'm Jack Black, and I'm gonna break down the Kung Fu Panda movies. Kung Fu Panda. The first one will always hold a special place in my heart because, you never know how a new character is gonna go over with an audience, and it really connected, and I thought we touched some magic there, and it was a beautiful story.
Who are you?
Buddy, I am the Dragon Warrior.
How does my approach differ between playing Po, the Dragon Warrior, or Bowser, a character like Bowser? I'll tell you how. One is a character in the real sense where I am creating a new voice, a different voice from my own. A deep, powerful monster voice with a little bit of an accent, perhaps.
Open the gates or die.
The thing about Bowser is it's far away from me voice-wise and character-wise, so I can kind of use this facade to hide behind, and it frees me up to do and say some things that I would never say myself. Po is a lot closer to who I really am, so it's a little more personal, and there's nothing to hide behind, so it's a little more vulnerable.
You'll never be the Dragon Warrior unless you lose 500 pounds and brush your teeth. What is that noise you're making? Laughter? I never heard of it. Work hard, Panda, and maybe someday you will have ears like mine.
My experience as a musician, how has it affected my performance on voice acting? When you rock a mic, it gives you a little skill set, you know? You have an automatic sort of sense of how close to get to the mic, how far away, the power of the microphone, that you can actually come real soft, you can get real intimate and still have incredible power. My rock and roll roots and my intimacy with a microphone, my comfortability with it, I think it definitely has informed my voice acting, and I highly recommend it. To all you voice actors out there, try a little rocking. Kung Fu Panda 2.
A panda stands between you and your destiny. What?
The second one was like also a great achievement because it was like you want to prove that the first one wasn't a fluke. When we kicked butt on part 2, I was super stoked and proud, and we took that all over the world. We went to the Cannes Film Festival. I loved opening that up to a whole world audience. What most surprised me about Kung Fu Panda's cultural impact? You know what it is? It's the parents that come up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, Chelsea, come here. You know who that is? Oh, it's Kung Fu Panda." "Nuh-uh. That's not Kung Fu Panda. That's a man. He's the voice." "No."
Of course they don't believe I'm the panda.
Don't destroy their fantasies. Never meet your heroes. And that includes Kung Fu Panda.
Skadoosh.
Where did Skadoosh come from? I'll tell you. It was a good friend of mine, a fella named Jared Hess, director of a movie I did called Nacho Libre. He reminded me, because I saw him years later, and I was like, "You remember Skadoosh? That was a thing I said on the set of Nacho," and I was like, "Holy cannoli." And it came back to me that that's where I came up with it. It was on the set of Nacho Libre. And so I gotta give Jared a shout out and a thank you. And he said, "It's all right, dude. It's yours now. Take Skadoosh and run with it." Kung Fu Panda 3.
What are those for?
These are chopsticks. They're for picking up dumplings.
You mean you only eat one at a time? Yum.
I knew I wasn't eating up to my potential.
Number 3 was the real test. Because if you can do it thrice, then something rad that happened that rhymes with thrice. It's like the beginning, middle, and end. It was necessary to get that full story done.
Double dad defense. Left dad.
Right, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
I think it's pretty rad that Po has 2 dads.
Go, Dad.
The goose and the panda. My adoptive father and my biological father. They both love me equally, and he definitely needs that love and that confidence coming from both of them in order to save the Valley of Peace. I've definitely felt that way with my parents over the years. They came to see all of my performances when I was a kid in high school, all the way through to now. You know, their love and support have meant the world to me. I don't know if I could have done what I did if I didn't have them in my corner. I think we're done, because you did 3 times. Third time's a charm. 6 years later, I get the call. Kung Fu Panda 4. I was thrilled, and by God, I think it's my favorite one.
Inner peace. Inner peace.
Keep your surf off my turf!
Dinner, please. Dinner with peas in a sesame soy glaze.
The whole arc is like Poe's growing up. In this one, he's finally kind of transitioning into a spiritual leader. We crushed it in a new way. Poe's got a partner in crime in this time. They gotta go solve a mission together, and it's the first time we've ever done that in the Kung Fu Panda franchise. It's kind of a buddy comedy, action adventure, and it's also kind of emotional, and it's a big step for him as a character, and I really loved making it.
No one will dare question my power. Not even the great Dragon Warrior.
Every movie has a kick-ass villain. Which one is the most powerful and why? Obviously, Tai Lung comes to mind. He was the first, and he was devilishly talented. Had crushing kung fu moves, almost indefeatable. Luckily, I had the skadoosh on my side.
Skadoosh.
But this villain in Kung Fu Panda 4 has all the powers of Tai Lung and more. So it definitely is the chameleon. Because not only do I have to go up against all of the villains from the past Kung Fu Pandas, I also have to go up against the evil Poe himself. I gotta fight myself.
Skadoosh.
Stand back. I'm gonna kick my butt.
What's so special about Kung Fu Panda 4 that it was able to attract such a star-studded cast? It's got so much going for it in terms of action-adventure. It's got so much momentum with its comedy and the love of the franchise that people just want to party with the panda. And I think we're blessed because we got one of the best casts in the history of cinema. Look at from top to bottom. Did Viola Davis, Academy Award winning? Hello, Bryan Cranston? Are you kidding me? James Hong? You got Aquafina? The list goes on and on. Everyone just crushed it too. So proud of our cast. Kung Fu Panda features 2 powerhouse cover songs. Britney Spears in the end credits, performed by Tenacious D and Hans Zimmer. Collab, he did all the string arrangements. And also a little bit of a Kung Fu Panda take on Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne and the incredible guitarings of Randy Rhoads. One of my favorite songs of all time. Somebody had real good taste, and I believe that was a Hans Zimmerization of the Ozzy Osbourne classic, Crazy Train. All aboard! The director, Mike Mitchell, said, we would love to have a Tenacious D cover at the end credits. Would you guys do a cover of this or that song? And I was like, nope, that's not funny. No, I don't like that one. And then my manager, Sharon Jackson, was like, you should do Britney Spears. And I was like, oh, that's genius. And I said to Mike Mitchell, I was like, how about Britney Spears? And he was like, yeah, can you do Hit Me Baby One More Time? Because that's perfect for, you know, the Kung Fu Panda vibe. So we recorded it. We rocked it as hard as we could. I love the song. It's a banger, and thought it would be a great way to bring 2 worlds together. And we're real proud of it, and I hope Brittany likes it too. The animation on this is next level. The fight scenes and choreography, I didn't think it could get any better, but it really did. That very first scene when Poe meets Zhen, this fox that is like a ninja, the stealth moves are impossible. It's clear that he's finally met his match. Their battle is kind of like a dance, and he just barely, by the hair of his chinny chin chin, is able to capture her. And shortly after, they decide that they need to work together in order to fight the chameleon.
You got me. Oh, great and powerful dumpling warrior.
That's Dragon Warrior!
Great scene. It's one to remember, and you gotta see it.